So, what exactly happened at that moment? Joining me right now, live from Bangkok, journalist for the Thai Inquirer, it's one of the prominent publications there. Eric Parpar is joining me. Eric, thank you very much for your time. You tell me, what was that moment like? What was happening? What was the earthquake magnitude like? What were you doing when you realized that there's been a massive earthquake?
Well, I was just sitting and working at home normally. At the start, I mean, wasn't quite sure what was happening. Such a tremor have not been felt, rarely been felt in Bangkok, and rarely at this magnitude. The 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 lights were shakings, and we the people in the house were walking around trying to find out what's going on, but that's we're on the ground level at the house, so the impact is not felt wouldn't be as much as people on high rises buildings. There are videos of people have been evacuating from high rise, people rushing out. There was a huge book fair in Bangkok where thousands of people have attended, and then there have been mass evacuation happening there. Uh, Panic ensues, and some people still remain outside of building in fear of the aftershock, which occurred, but rarely felt here in Bangkok. So there was a lot of confusion happening when it occurred.
We see these videos coming in, Eric, of the panic and chaos. It's completely understandable. Must be a nightmare for the local residents. Also, buildings that are collapsing. There was this high-rise building from where an Olympic-sized pool that we saw, where water was sloshing right out. So I wonder the kind of impact that you are picking on right now about aftermath, casualties, damage, and more.
So far, what we can see, the public relations department have provided us some brief detail, but yes, there was a collapsed buildings at Chatuchak area in Bangkok. It was a 34-story under construction building. Report indicate that at least 42 people have been stuck inside. Out of the
Wow.
report also pouring in that there could be up to 60 people missing. So in terms of the number, we don't know. Our reporter on the ground have sent us some photos which have indicate fatalities, but we do not know how many number of fatalities at the site. There's have also been a crane collapse in Bangpo area, which is also in the Chatuchak area. The crane collapse have confirmed fatality by the police that the crane operator unfortunately died from the incident. So that is already one confirmed fatalities. In terms of other fatalities and injury reports, is still pouring in, so we still do not know the actual number until the authorities provide them.
Eric, for
Um,
how long, what do you think possibly was the duration of the earthquake? Because we are picking up information that it was a twin earthquake, so to say, in Myanmar. Did you feel that too, or perhaps it was just one tremor that in itself was so strong? And for how long possibly?
from where I am in Bangkok, Dongmueang area, the tremor was less than a minute, or a little bit over a minute. There was only one tremor felt from where I am, but there have been report of aftershocks, and yes, there also report that two earthquake happened there in Myanmar.
Have you ever felt anything like this in your life? Have you always lived in Bangkok? Is this what people are saying that they have felt for the first time?
Most people have never felt this much shake before, I would say, and I live here all my life, so it was the first time I felt anything like this occurring.
My final question would be Bangkok is, and Thailand in itself, one of the prominent international tourist destinations. Do you see disruptions around you for a while, that there would be halt of services that could face disruptions as well? Because India is also watching cautiously if there's any sort of assistance required. What is happening? There's Indian diaspora there. People of Bangkok and Thailand have been so close to India. So what are you picking up about the services right now? Everything must be on halt, I believe.
The SkyTrain service have been suspended because the shake obviously caused a panic for passenger to evacuate the building. There have been videos of you can see that the train were moving violently on the track. So that would have created a lot of fear and panic, of course, so that services has been suspended just for safety as well to check out on the structural damage, if any. So far, we don't hear any report of structural damage for the train station, which is still suspended so far. Trading had been halted on the stock exchange of Thailand due to disruptive of operations. Also, some report there.
Okay.
There's also a crane collapse, like I have reported before, which have also disrupted the expressway in Dindang, the exit at Dindang, which is still temporarily closed. People have to remove debris. Anything else, like I said, people still panic, so some of them remain outside, which have caused traffic as well as people are rushing home. Especially
And
today's
there
Friday
hasn't
as
been an
well.
aftershock after that, Eric, I believe, after what you felt at that time. What time was it
I,
when this happened?
I think the earthquake happened in Myanmar around 1:30.
Okay.
I believe from the initial report. So we didn't felt it until like half an hour later, like around 2. There have been a report of aftershock, but where I am, I cannot felt it. But I have no idea about people in Bangkok
More
greater area.
question with you, Eric, that because India has offered if there's any assistance required, will have our authorities on standby as well. What do you think, possibly, if required from another country, would be the requirement for Thailand, for Bangkok right now in the aftermath of what we have seen?
Our authority have been put on alert as well. As you have report, the Prime Minister have declared Bangkok as a status zone, and the Bangkok governor is on site at the collapsed building. So far, I would say that everything should resume normal operation, but the extent of the damage we have to see. I
Okay.
think that the best thing to do right now is to keep people calm.
Yes.
Such situations, and we need to provide uh, accurate information to avoid misinformation, so people can stop panicking and then get everything resume normal operations. So I guess I think the main concern right now is it would be for Myanmar, which felt
Correct.
most of the impact. So I
Well,
do wish
kind
them
of
good
you,
luck.
Eric, to even think of another nation right now, of course, because that's been the epicenter. I appreciate you joining us. Eric Parper is a journalist with Thai Inquirer, and he's telling us all that happened. Remember, this is a neighbor nation, and yet there were tremors and impact felt. India is watching cautiously. Eric, thank you very much for your time with India today.